Hey guys, my name's Louie, and I hosted a Summit-style tournament for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for my home region of Long Island. After a chaotic 3-month rollout consisting of social media voting, local qualifiers, roster shakeups, and a weather-related reschedule, Long Island Summit finally came together. What followed was one of the most volatile, storyline-heavy brackets our scene has ever seen, which, despite the stress of running the event, was a thrill to see unfold. Here's a full video recap of Long Island Summit, as well as how I hosted a Smash Ultimate Summit for my sub-region. After a quick warm-up with single elimination random team randubs, the first set on stream was PK Chris versus DTP from Pool 1, which would immediately set the tone for the rest of the event. DTP and PK Chris clashed in a nail-biting Game 5 set, with DTP narrowly taking the win. Rather than folding, PK Chris locked in with a 3-1 victory over Amaryllis, which gave him the head-to-head and game count he needed to cleanly recover and win the pool despite the early stumble. Amaryllis also defeating DTP earlier on, as well as Pineapples, to place second in Pool 1. Pool 2's top seed was Weezer, who looked composed and dangerous from the start, cleanly making it through his pool without dropping a set, but not without Minty Flesh pushing him to the brink in another tense Game 5. Yuffie would also prevail over Minty Flesh 3-2 to secure second place in the pool and quietly establishing himself as a real threat. Pool 3 was a little more volatile. Moat and Amin traded blows on stream in yet another Game 5, with Amin barely surviving. Amin would also notably go Game 5 a second time with VB3, surviving another close call to win his pool. But don't cry for Vinny quite yet, because he would go on to reverse 3-0 Swish, who was on Me Gunner, and shortly after shutting down Moat 3-0, making his claim to second place. Pool 4 delivered both dominance and foreshadowing. Stratus defeated Mecha 3-1, Mecha notably stealing a game with the switch off of Min Min to Falco, an omen for a set yet to come. Soul Arts, however, was untouchable. He cleaned up the pool, 3-0ing Stratus on stream and only dropping a single game to Mecha's Min Min. Mecha rounded out the pool with a clutch Game 5 win over Cajun Lady's Diddy with a Ness Falco combo. All 4 pool winners earned safe passage into winners' quarters. Everyone else had to survive the gauntlet. Lose here, and you were officially on borrowed time. DTP tore through his gauntlet over Boppet and Stratus, both 3-0, making yet another statement right before the final cut. Mecha would follow suit, defeating his fellow Stony Brook player Pineapples 3-1, right before taking the win over Moat 3-1 as well. VB3 would beat Cajun Lady 3-1 before running headfirst into Yuffie, who shut him down 3-0 in the Ditto. Minty Flesh defeated Swish, only to be immediately stopped by Amaryllis in a decisive 3-0. Starting in losers bracket with those who did not survive the gauntlet, Moat eliminated Bop at 3-1, Stratus would take it over Pineapples 3-0, Swish sent Cajun Lady home 3-0, and Minty Flesh knocked out VB3 3-1, all to tie for 13th place. Winners' quarters was where the summit truly earned its name. Peak Smash Bros with almost every single set going the distance. Yuffie shocked the room with an intense Game 5 upset over PK Chris, actually making a comeback while at 103% in the final stock of the set, slowly and methodically chipping his way to Bell up smash percentage, sending the first seed of the tournament down into losers early. Soul Arts and Amaryllis delivered one of the most intense sets of the tournament. Not having faced each other in brackets since July, it was anyone's guess as to who would take the win. Ending in another Game 5, Soul Arts would win in another final stock situation, where Amaryllis would whiff an air dodge read, Soul Arts responding with an F smash at 76% on Town and City to edge out the victory. Weezer barely held off Mecha in yet another last game thriller, with the underdog Min Min multi-character specialist actually going up 2-1 during the best of 5 set. But alas, it was not enough to overtake the power of Nolan Weezer, who would promptly make his way to winner's semis. Meanwhile, Amin made a clean statement with a 3-0 over DTP, demonstrating his unmatched discipline on the sticks with Link. The 9th place round was full of intense, heartbreaking sets. DTP, falling from winners, would fall 3-2 to Moat, who would use this set as a jumping off point for his momentous run through top 8. Mecha, also falling from winner's side, would run into a familiar face. Utilizing his earlier counter pick, he would take Stratus to the wire in, you guessed it, another Game 5 set. Stratus would take the set, but the 9th place finishes for both Mecha and DTP hold more than meets the eye. Both competitors finished the day with outstanding wins and are starting their respective seasons off very strong. Jake Swish would activate his trap card, the Piranha Plant, against Amaryllis, putting it all on the line with his back against the wall. Sadly, he could not convert this play into a victory, succumbing 1-3 to Amaryllis and ending the day at 9th place. PK Chris began what would become a legendary run, dismantling Minty Flesh 3-0 to secure top 8 and ignite his run. But before we can discuss that run, we first must talk about Moat's warpath to top 4, defeating Stratus 3-1 and then Eupheme fresh off his semi-final loss to SolarArts 3-1 as well. On the other side of winter semis, Weezer survived yet another Game 5 against Amen and would follow this by defeating SolarArts 3-1 to claim his spot in Winterside Grand Finals. And now, finally back to PK Chris's run to end all runs. After his aforementioned dub over Minty Flesh, he would absolutely tear through the rest of Losers Bracket. Chris 3-0'd both Amaryllis and Amen back-to-back, reverse 3-0'd Moat to end the other extended Losers run of the night, survived a back-and-forth Game 5 with SolarArts, and finally, to top it off, put on an absolute clinic in Grands, 6-0ing Weezer from Loser's side to take home the crown and stand solely at the top of Long Island Summit. This event was far from perfect, and if I were to have tried to do it all on my own, it would never have been possible. Despite having to deal with StartGG's weird custom bracket functions during Gauntlet, having to make a new event for Top Cut, commentary mics dying during the stream audio being delayed, and even having my Wi-Fi crap out on me halfway through the event, hearing the positive reception from all the people attending made it worth it. Thank you to Boppet and Danny Zura for providing a majority of the equipment and helping me with StartGG and setting up the site in mainstream. Without them, Long Island Summit wouldn't have happened. Thank you to Sentinel's Poopy for doing all of the promotional doodles for me. Thank you to Tall Dave for making the custom LI Summit logo Pokemon Stadium 2 mod. Thank you to Player 4, Gutbuster, Wild Dogs, and Mr. E for providing commentary for the mainstream. Thank you to Minty Flesh for ordering pizza for everyone during the day. Thank you to all of the attendees for making Summit such an unforgettable experience. Last but not least, thank you to everyone who followed along during the entire process. I had an awesome time creating this little personal passion project alongside you all. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.